Everybody, actually it's almost noon. I thought I would kind of show you all how I do a stir fry. And I'm gonna use this tofu and all these vegetables that I've found in the fridge. I've got a little bit of ginger, which I don't usually use. I've got carrots. I've got a zucchini here that's on its way out. I got some celery, a red bell pepper. This is some onion I cut up, and some cabbage. And of course we can always add some microgreens to it. And back there in the rice cooker I've got some just regular white rice cooking. So anyway, and there's my skillet, and this is really dark back here. But yeah, I'll see if I can, this will be my first attempt at a cooking video. So I have to find some place to set my phone and other stuff, so we'll just see how it works. So I'll get back with you. Okay, I'm just gonna hold it for now, but I'll show you what I do with tofu. I don't worry about pressing it. This is gonna gush out liquid. Put it down in the sink. And basically I'm gonna cut it around here, drain the water off. Hang on. Okay, I guess we're going again. I've drained the water off like that. And then I usually just take the tofu in my hand, which is usually a two-handed process. And I put the other hand on top of it, and I just kind of squish, and a little bit of water comes out, and then I put it on my cutting board. So I'm going to do that. Don't know if I can set my phone where you can see it. We'll see. Just kind of do it like that. Don't know if you can see that or not. And that's all the pressing I do. And then a little bit on me. Okay. And here we are, ready to, it's actually pretty wet, but it'll be good enough. Oh, that water cooks out when it gets in the skillet. So anyway, okay, I am going to pause you, and I'm going to cut that up. Okay, quick picture of how it looks when it's cut. I slice it vertically. I go, okay, and that's how that's going to be. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, I'm going to turn the burner. I got it about almost midway on this. Whoops, wrong burner. Barb, gotta do the right one. Okay, and then I'm gonna get, I think I'll do it in avocado oil, and I will put probably about a teaspoon or about a tablespoon or so in that skillet. And there it is. I don't know if you can see what it looked like. That it's about a tablespoon. Anyway. So I've chopped my onion kind of fine. I've got about a half a cup, I think, and I've got about a half cup of celery with the inner leaves, and probably about a tablespoon of peeled and chopped up ginger. So the onion's sizzling, and in a minute or so I will add the ginger and celery, and I'll probably put 2 or 3 of these big cloves of garlic in, and I'll use my Pampered Chef garlic press for that. I really like this thing. So that's where we're at now, and then I'll chop the rest of this stuff, and it will go in. Well, the tofu will go in next once this is going pretty good, and then I'll get the rest of those vegetables in. So talk at you in a minute. Okay, the ginger and celery are in there. I have the, see if I can by any chance let you see how good my garlic press works. Oh goodness. Forget this. Cabbage looks like shredded up. It's going in, and then I'm going to season it before I mess with that little red pepper. I might actually save it for eating fresh. So this is going in next. So I gently stirred it with my spatula thing, and then I'm going to, let me go get the seasonings and then I'll start back up. Okay, yeah, we're going. All right, you got to have some kind of soy sauce, and so if I don't have the liquid aminos, I'll use regular soy sauce, but I pour that on pretty good. And then I use, this is turmeric. I'm going to put a teaspoon of turmeric in. Just kind of sprinkle it over the top. Try not to make too big a mess. And then I'm going to put about a teaspoon of this Chinese 5-spice powder. Now this is the secret ingredient. I learned about Chinese 5-spice when I was in college. I had a housemate. We shared a kitchen and we each had our own room. But she was from Taiwan, and she used to cook things with this collection of what looked like seeds and sticks and stuff, and she called it Chinese 5-spice. And boy, it added a nice flavor. So anyway, that's about all I put in it, unless I... Okay, so I'm not sure where I got cut off, but it's cooking now. I'm going to put a lid on it, cook it kind of slow and low, and which is not the right way to cook a stir fry. This is a very Americanized version. If you're familiar with I got a little funny story. I think it's funny. Do you remember does anybody remember the Galloping Gourmet, Graham Kerr? Well, let me turn this around. I'm going to stop this and turn this around. Okay, it's been simmering for about 10 minutes, I think, and I'm pretty sure that the vegetables are all cooked through, tender. And, yeah, it's juicy. You know, I don't usually worry about trying to thicken that up. I could leave that's mostly from the tofu. I could leave it cooking uncovered, but that's flavorful juice and that'll taste good in the rice. So what I'm going to do to plate it up, I've got this little bowl I like it because it's a nice size, and it's got sides so you can eat soupy stuff in it without it falling out. And then I'm going to put this is just cooked rice, it doesn't have anything in it. I'll put about I don't know, 3/4 of a cup of that on and then top it with those, and I'll show you what that looks like when I get done. So here it is, dished up on top of the rice, and I'm going to put a little bit of, this is sesame oil. Okay, here we go. Here it is, and it's a little bit warm, but it's just the way I like it. And to me, this is a good way to get a bunch of vegetables in my diet. I'm not real fond of salads. I mean, I can make myself do it sometimes, but I'm always looking for ways to get a little more vegetable matter in my diet. Yeah. I don't usually use the ginger, so that's adding kind of a different twang than what I'm used to. Sometimes I put a little bit of Louisiana hot sauce in, which that could stand, and it could stand a little more soy sauce. I didn't put any salt in the rice or any butter or anything like that. It's just cooked rice, and it's white rice. Little tip, if you ever want to cook brown rice in a rice cooker, fill it with the water and the rice and let it sit for like 30 minutes before you turn it on, and then it will get tender. I have never tried it without doing that because I figure it's not going to work, you know. So, and I've seen a couple of new subscribers pop up here on the corner of my computer, and that's really cool. So just want to thank you for watching. Hopefully, you know, if you have any ideas how I could make this better, or one big tip is cut everything before you start cooking. But I'm always too impatient for that. So Anyway, thanks for watching, and you have a really wonderful day. Okay, I was looking back over the footage I got, and I didn't finish the story about the Galloping Gourmet. So anyway, here's what it was. I got these DVDs of a program that he made later on, like in the, I don't know, maybe the 90s or the early thousands. And he had become a health food nut by then, not nut, but he was into healthy eating by then. And one of the programs, he had this little Chinese chef on there, and I cannot for the life of me remember the name of the chef. But the chef was real funny. He was cute. He was talking about stir fry, and he says Americans, they don't stir fry, they stare fry. They just stare at it. They don't, because the stir fry is supposed to be hot and fast. And, Americanized is slow and, not so hot. But anyway, I thought I'd share that. I thought that was kind of cute.